Alright, for this next section, you need to be able to write a quadratic function given a graph or its key features. So I would definitely recommend going back on a couple quiz questions where I didn't necessarily give you a graph, but I did tell you, hey, here's a vertex, here's another point on the graph. What function would give uh, these ordered pairs? What quadratic function will give those ordered pairs? So please go back, check out your quiz questions. But on this review sheet, each graph represents a quadratic function. I want you to write the function that is represented by the graph in standard form. So a hint here, start with either vertex form or intercept form based on information in the graph, and then expand the function into standard form. So let's take this first graph. A couple things to notice. I wonder if I can mark this up. Well, we'll just follow along here. Here's the parabola. It's opening downwards. So one thing I noticed at the very end, I better have a negative a value. Just some things I'm thinking out loud. I also know that my turning point, the vertex, is negative 2, 1. And the zeros, well, they're probably some type of approximations. So I don't know that it's exactly negative 1.5 and negative 2.5. So I'm not going to use that because I'm not 100% sure. But I will use the fact that I know the vertex is negative 2, 1. That is clear as day. And I have this other point, negative 3.25 and comma negative 4. So here's what I took out of that picture. All right. So just now I don't even have the graph, but here's the key features. The vertex and some other point. If I have the vertex, I'm thinking I want to use vertex form. So the vertex form of a quadratic function is a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k, where the vertex is h comma k. So using our information here, I can start to write this function. I don't know the a value. I know it has to be negative at the end, but we'll get there. That I can substitute in x minus and my vertex, negative 2. So x minus negative 2, put that in parentheses for a quick second, squared, and then plus 1, the other point of my vertex, plus 1. So if I clean this up, x minus a negative 2, simply x plus 2 squared plus 1. Alright, that's pretty much half of it. The only other piece now I need to find is my a value. And how I'm going to find the a value is through the use of another point. How do I use the other point? Well, I know if we input negative 3.25, or that's our x, then the output is negative 4. F of x is negative 4. So let's use that information. The output is negative 4. Alright, so this becomes negative 4. This entire piece, the output, is negative 4 when we input negative 3.25. Alright, so negative 3.25. So input negative 3.25. There we go. And now it's just a matter of solving for a carefully, following the order of operations. This is an equation with one unknown. We can solve this. So start with simplification. Negative 3.25 go up 2. That's negative 1.25 squared. Add 1. Alright, I need to multiply this out. I'm not good with decimals, so I'm going to quickly change this to a fraction. So this is negative 1 and 1/4, which is negative 4, negative 5/4. Right? I'm better with, if I don't have a calculator, which I don't right now, to do operations with fractions over decimals. So it's easy enough for me to convert negative 1.25 to, what the heck just happened there? I just converted negative 1.25 to negative 5/4. If you have a calculator, might as well just keep it in decimal form, but I don't right now. Alright, so negative 5/4 squared is positive 25/16 times a plus 1. Alright, so working backwards here, I'll minus 1 on both sides to solve for a. This makes 0. On the left, I get negative 5 equals 25 divided by 16 times a. So how well do you remember your properties from pre-algebra? If we are multiplying by 25/16, the way to undo this is to multiply by a reciprocal, 16 25ths. Right? So think of it this way: if you have 25 divided by 16, then times 16, those undo each other. And then 25 times a divided by 25, those undo each other. So you're just left with a. But if I do this on one side of the equation, I need to do the same operation on the other side. So here we go, kind of working in a strange order. Put my answer over here. A on the left is equal to, and I also have a nice simplification here. 5 goes into itself once, and it's 25 5 times. So my a value is 16/5 times negative 1. Negative 16/5. And I keep my answer in fraction form, improper fraction, that's okay. It's easy to work with over decimals, over mixed numbers. So that's it. Can't be simplified. Alright. Putting it all together. What's the function? F of x is negative. By the way, at the very beginning of this video, I said my a value better be negative since the parabola opens down. It does. It is negative, so I'm feeling confident about that. And the vertex, x plus 2 squared my plus 1. And I'll quickly check that on a graphing calculator. So here's an example from earlier tonight, but f of x equals negative 16 divided by 5 times x plus 2 squared plus 1. That's what we came up with. And let's see, if I input negative 2, the output is 1, which is the vertex, which is given to us. And if I input f of negative 3.25, I do output negative 4, which on the graph, well, let's zoom out a little bit here. Negative 3.25. And where are you at? There's some rounding errors going on here. Let's plot the point. Negative 3.25 comma f of negative 3.25, and there it is, directly on the graph. So Desmos was rounding a little bit, having a little bit of calculation error, but that's it. That's what we needed to do. So good luck. If you have any questions, please email me or swing by. Thanks.